If you're moving to Virginia Beach, then you're going to want to watch this whole video. I'm going to take you on a deep dive of the Virginia Beach area. We're going to talk about major roads and sections of Virginia Beach. We're going to talk about the best places to live, and we'll cover some of the pros and cons about the area. People call us all the time when they're moving to Virginia Beach to help them find the best places to live depending on where they work, find them a good home in the right area, and help them through the closing process. I got my trusty pencils, so let's jump in here on the map. First, we're going to talk about major roads in Virginia Beach. One of the main ones in the area is Virginia Beach Boulevard. It starts here in the ocean front and actually works its way west all the way through the middle of Virginia Beach and over to Norfolk right there. Running parallel to that, you have Interstate 264, and it actually goes through downtown Norfolk and runs down toward Portsmouth. So on the outskirts of Virginia Beach, you have Interstate 64 that runs right here, right on the edge of Virginia Beach. Comes down through Norfolk and actually goes over to Chesapeake. You also have Northampton Boulevard that runs up this way and actually goes to the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. You have Shore Drive that comes from Norfolk and runs down past Joint Expeditionary Base Little Creek Fort Story and runs all the way east to the ocean front where it turns into Pacific Avenue, and then it runs down through the ocean front, and then it turns into General Booth Boulevard and it continues around that way. Great Neck that starts up here near the Chesapeake Bay and runs down this way. Once it crosses over Virginia Beach Boulevard, it turns into London Bridge and runs down past Naval Air Station Oceana. You have Dam Neck that comes from the Dam Neck Naval Base and runs south of Naval Air Station Oceana. You have Princess Anne that comes from the south end of Virginia Beach and runs up through this way and actually goes all the way over to Norfolk, Virginia. You have Kempsville that runs up this way through Virginia Beach. Independence that starts up here near Little Creek and runs down through the town center. And then through all the neighborhoods, you also have some pretty sizable roads as well. So if you're trying to get anywhere in Virginia Beach, these are your main roads. During high traffic periods, you might want to try to take some of the back roads because it gets kind of backed up on the main thoroughfares. Before we move on, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you get notified anytime a new video comes out. Now, some of the major sections in Virginia Beach, I've got Naval Air Station Oceana right there. You have the Virginia Beach Ocean Front. You have Joint Expeditionary Base Little Creek, Fort Story. You have the Norfolk International Airport. You have Chicks Beach. This area here is called Lynn Haven. You got Town Center right there. Lake Smith area there. You got all the areas surrounding the Lynn Haven River. The Kempsville area down here. Got some older neighborhoods up here, Aragona Village and Thorogood. Got the area surrounding Great Neck. Main part of Virginia Beach surrounding Virginia Beach Boulevard and Interstate 264. And as you move south, you've got some smaller neighborhoods, some new and up and coming areas. Then as you move even further south, you've got more rural areas like Pungo, and then everything down here is very farmland oriented. You've got lots of wildlife refuges and nature preserves. Most of this area is farmland. There are some smaller subdivisions there. You got the Sandbridge area, which is very vacation oriented, lots of beachfront properties. This is one of the few places in Virginia Beach that allows for short-term rentals. I'm going to take a pause for a minute and go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what area of Virginia Beach you're moving to. Now we're going to jump into the map where we can zoom in and get more detail. So most people think of Virginia Beach, they think of the ocean front, so we'll start there. So the ocean front actually starts right about here. There's some beach down here as well. This is all residential. We're going to start with the commercial district. So Virginia Beach oceanfront, the Virginia Beach Boardwalk runs the entire length of the commercial district. It starts right down here near the jetty. This is where all the resorts and restaurants and things to do are for Virginia Beach oceanfront. Waterman's Surfside Grill is really great. They also have Waterman's Spirits. They actually created the Orange Crush, and they call it the Perfect Crush. You can see here, you jump on the boardwalk. Got really nice view of the water They also do the Neptune Festival here, which is really awesome. They have a giant tent they put up and have sand sculptures you can walk through. They also have vendors that line the whole boardwalk. You see, you've got all the resorts here. Got some really great restaurants along the way. Chicks on the Beach is really awesome. The Shack. If you like pizza, Planet Pizza, Italian restaurants. Got some museums as well. It's a very touristy area, lots of restaurants and places to visit. We also got places like Atlantic Fun Park. And then we've got the Virginia Beach Fishing Pier. As you come into the fishing pier, you've got gift shops and restaurants on the pier here. And then once you get through that area, you come to the actual head of the fishing pier. You can see from here, you've got a really great view of the entire ocean front from end to end. So south end there, north end there. You see all the resorts lining the ocean front up and down. Really great view of the Atlantic Ocean as well. If you like breakfast, Waffles and Company is really great. Sweet Spot's great for dessert, especially if you want a really sweet waffles and cones and stuff like that. We got lots of seafood places along Virginia Beach oceanfront. Bunker Brew Pub is really awesome. Repeal Bourbon and Burgers if you like burgers and bourbon. Also have the mini golf course here at Pirates Paradise. Abbey Road Pub is really cool. It's based around the Beatles. They have Beatles memorabilia all over the walls. Some more museums. I Fly Virginia Beach if you want to pretend like you're skydiving without actually skydiving. It's pretty cool. Maze Parlor is awesome. They have really great pastries and sandwiches. And coffee. At Neptune Park here, we've got a giant statue of King Neptune. They also have an amphitheater as well where they do concerts and things. Catch 31 is a really great seafood restaurant right here on the boardwalk. This is actually, you can see some of the tents here from when they had the Neptune Festival. Continuing down through the commercial district, if you like beer, Smart Mouth Brewing is a local brewery. They're based in Norfolk, Virginia, but they also have a Virginia Beach location. Loggerheads is a really great restaurant. Pocahontas Pancake House. I like Mellow Mushroom. It's not a local place, but it's really good. And then as we're coming to the end of the commercial district, you see the boardwalk ends right here, and then Atlantic Avenue actually turns in toward Pacific Avenue and ends right there at Embassy Suites and down Pacific Avenue. So right here, we reach the end of the commercial district. Cavalier Hotel is really awesome. It's a historic hotel that's been here for 100 plus years. Really great place to visit. And then get down here and it's residential. So if you like oceanfront living, really great residential neighborhoods here, anything from condos to single family homes, lots of different styles of house, lots of different sizes. Right on the beach, just off the beach. And you keep going through here, it's all residential. There's a handful of businesses and some hotels as well. And as you move further inland, you've got some waterfront here also. Here on Crystal Lake. Nice lakefront community. And at the end of Virginia Beach, so you got a lot of places to live at or near the beach around here. So once you get to the end of Virginia Beach oceanfront area, you're at Fort Story, which is part of Joint Expeditionary Base Little Creek Fort Story. It's kind of a really neat base. A lot of old things here. They've got a really nice old lighthouse that was built in the 1700s. They actually have a newer lighthouse that they built because the old one wasn't able to sustain the traffic. And then they've also got some really nice beachfront areas as well on Fort Story. So all that beach down there is part of Fort Story. And this beach over here on this end is part of First Landing State Park. First Landing State Park is really awesome. I already showed you some of the beachfront, but they've also got quite a bit of others as well. Really nice place to go and relax with your family. On the other side of Shore Drive, First Landing has trails all over the place. They have biking trails, they have hiking trails. And drive in here to the trail center where you can actually park your car and jump on any of the trails that you like. Some of the trails actually go down by the water here as well. You got certain areas are kind of marshy like that, and then you've got other areas a little bit further down that are more beach-like. There's a Bay Island here if you like waterfront living. This is a really nice little waterfront community. Lots of different styles of houses. Some of them have canals, some of them have other areas as well. And then here to the west of First Landing State Park, you get back into civilization for Virginia Beach. So you've got some oceanfront single family, you got some inland single family as well. You've got some condos, you've got some apartments, really great restaurants like Hot Tuna. Hot Tuna right there is really good. You also have Blue Cow ice cream, really nice ice cream shop. Different pubs and local eateries. Condominiums here. Inland, you've got some more residential areas here, some canal front properties here, some properties along the creek that goes into Broad Bay there. This is Great Neck that I talked about earlier, one of the main roads in Virginia Beach that goes down through this neighborhood, the Great Neck area. So off of Great Neck, you've got a lot of waterfront residential type properties. So if you like waterfront living, it's definitely Virginia Beach is definitely a place to go. As you can see, between Broad Bay and the Linkhorn Bay, the Lynn Haven River, both sides of it, you've got residential all along the waterfront, as well as more inland living. And so if you're on a budget and you want to be near the water, but you can't afford to live on the water, you can live a little bit further inland as well. Lots of really great seafood places here. Bubba Seafood, Chick's Oyster Bar. So now we're getting into the area called Chick's Beach. As you go across the Lesnar Bridge here, a lot of younger people like living here because of the nightlife and the close to the beach living. Anything from single family to condos to apartments. Lots of really great restaurants in this area as well. Taste is a really great local chain. Got some more waterfront stuff here on Lake Joyce. Got oceanfront. So Virginia Beach has all kinds of waterfront property. You've got oceanfront, you've got bayfront. This is the Chesapeake Bay up here. You've got lakefront, you've got river. And then right here is the Joint Expeditionary Base Little Creek. So we already talked about Fort Story. This is the Little Creek side of it. This is where the Navy's amphibious operations take place. Lots of great amenities here for people that live or in the Navy and that work here. You've got exchange, you've got commissary, you've even got a home goods store right here. You got gyms and parks and pools, beaches. So if you're in the Navy and you're stationed here at Little Creek, you've got all kinds of really great amenities. Now, as we go south of Little Creek, we're getting into the inland part of Virginia Beach. So you can see here, we still have some more waterfront property. We've got Lake Smith area here. This segment over here is more industrial, but you do have some neighborhoods off of that as well. As you go south, you've got some inland as well as waterfront residential. Lots of older neighborhoods. Argana Village is really great, especially if you're looking for something a bit more reasonably priced. Most of the houses in this area are single-story brick ranch houses, somewhere in the 300,000 range. And then a little bit further south, we get back to Virginia Beach Boulevard. So this is very commercialized. This is a very commercialized area. Right here, you've got Virginia Beach Town Center, which actually is kind of centered around Pembroke Square Mall here, which is no longer a mall. They're turning it into office space and apartment living. But the town center itself is actually designed to be a walkable city center, kind of New York City style. I've got lots of really great restaurants and open spaces. You got a town center square here, lots of places for entertainment and food. You got Funny Bones, Bravo, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. If you go down the road here, you've got some shopping, places like Pottery Barn, more restaurants, the Cantina Laredo here. Down the road this way, you've got Taste, which is a really great local chain. You've got this little restaurant called Quirks, really great lunchtime fare. Down around this end, you've got some restaurants as well. Confetti Cafe and Gelato unfortunately doesn't exist anymore. It's now a pizza place. Let's see, there we go. So now it's a pizza place. You have an Italian, not Italian. You have a Irish pub there. On the corner over here is Three Notch Brewery. You work your way around this way. You've got P.F. Chang's Cheesecake Factory. Come back into town center here. You got California Pizza Kitchen. Work your way down Main Street. Lots of shopping as well. So basically, this place is designed so that you can live here and never really have to leave. So they have restaurants, they have shopping, they have dentist office, doctor's offices. So basically, you can live in a condo upstairs and work your way down to the main city center. Another one of my favorite restaurants is down this way. Got Anthropology there, Bagels, West Elm, Tupelo Honey Cafe is a Southern cuisine style place based in Asheville, North Carolina, but they have a location here. And as you come away from town center, you get back into some residential. Go a little bit further south. Now we're working our way into Kempsville. Mount Trashmore here is a really great place to take your kids, especially if you like outdoor activities. A lot of people come here, they fly their kites. You got kites all over the place here. So basically this used to be a landfill and they capped it off and now it's a park. They have a really cool kids playground area as well. If you're into skating, you have Mount Trashmore Skate Park right there. They also have a full-on half pipe. They have a full-on half pipe over here, as well as this other area here with quarter pipes and rails and all kinds of stuff for skating. They have an amphitheater and pavilion over in this area. We also have lakefront properties as well. Most of these lakes are man-made, but they're really great for views and whatnot. So now we're in Kempsville. So Kempsville is a very sought-after area. A lot of people live here. If you look on niche.com, you can see school ratings and all that stuff like that. Kempsville is very well rated on niche. So a lot of the areas here were built in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Another one of my favorite restaurants here is Brick House Diner, if you like diner style food. So as you can see, most of these neighborhoods are very suburban, kind of centered around the schools, Kempsville High School, Kempsville Middle School. Virginia Beach also has a lot of really great rec centers. This one in particular has a really awesome pool area. See if we can get in there. See if we can drop into the pool area. So they have a lap pool as well as a play area over here. It's really cool. It's got a lazy river, places for the kids to play. Yeah, so we're all over Virginia Beach. They have these rec centers, and the cost to get into them, if you're a Virginia Beach resident, is very low. A lot of them also have tennis courts and pickleball courts and baseball fields, softball fields. Further into Kempsville area, you've got another couple of areas that are lakefront as well. Lake James there, Lake Christopher there. And as you go further south, you start getting toward the Chesapeake area. Right around Stumpy Lake here. So Stumpy Lake is actually in Chesapeake, but a lot of the green areas around Stumpy Lake are in Virginia Beach, including the Stumpy Lake Country Club, the Stumpy Lake Natural Area. And then we start working our way over from Kempsville over to the Lynn Haven area. So Lynn Haven surrounds the Lynn Haven Mall. So a lot of the neighborhoods in this area were built in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Lots of stuff to do around the mall. Another one of my favorite restaurants is here. It's Cooper's Hawk Winery and Restaurant. Really great wine, really great food. Actually have a membership where you can have a 1 bottle, 2 bottle, or 3 bottle membership. So for every month you get 1 bottle, 2 or 3, depending on which membership you get. You also get tastings, and those tastings you can use on actually full glasses of wine, which is really cool. If you're a reader, they have book exchange here in Virginia Beach. They also have one in Chesapeake. They have one in Norfolk. There's one a little bit further south in Virginia Beach in Red Mill as well. And you've got commercial corridor here. You've got some other little commercial areas here, but a lot of these neighborhoods are very suburban style neighborhoods, various different styles and price ranges. Neighborhoods anywhere from 250,000 up to 700,000-800,000, depending on which area you want to live in. And that brings us over to Naval Air Station Oceana. So if you're in the Navy and you're part of the Air Wing, this is probably where you're going to be stationed. The Naval Air Station has all kinds of amenities as well. They've got fitness centers and golf clubs, bowling alleys. So with this being the Naval Air Station, you get a lot of jets flying through. So as they fly from north to south or south to north, they'll come through this area here. So areas like Atlantic Park up here, you get a lot of jet noise. Areas down here, you get a lot of jet noise. Once you get a little bit further south, like around here, it's less. Anywhere in this area of Virginia Beach, you're going to get some jet noise because they do maneuvers and drills all the time. And then south of the ocean front here, you have this area here. There's a lot of new construction subdivisions going on down here. They've built up a lot of infrastructure as well, different restaurants and shopping centers. So this area started developing in the late 90s, early 2000s, and is continuing on today. This area called Princess Anne is not that old, but they kind of built it up as this is the center of everything here, and then they also have outlying communities, various different neighborhoods. The further south you go, the less you are in civilization. So Pungo is a small town here in Virginia Beach. As you go south here, you can see you've got a lot of farmland. You do have some houses along the area that are really great for, especially if you want something with a little bit more land. You can see down here you've got a lot of green space around the creeks and rivers. But it's a lot of farmland. You got some neighborhoods that pop up here and there. There are some newer neighborhoods popping up down here as well. Different things to do down here as well for entertainment. Jurassic Park Metal Dinosaur Park, that's really neat. Down this way, there's a farm that does strawberry picking and pumpkin picking, and they have a corn maze and various different things throughout the year. Great place to bring your family for some fun and entertainment. Got some little neighborhoods here and there, but very rural, very backwoods kind of place. And then also down Virginia Beach, here on the ocean front, you've got this area called Sandridge. So this area is very vacation oriented. A lot of the houses here are either on the beach or near the beach. It's one of the few areas in Virginia Beach that allows for short-term rentals. And houses down here range anything from really old 1950s and 60s to brand new. There's a lot of new construction going on down here as well. Anything from grand, large houses to small little bungalows. Also, the only way to get to Stanbridge is to actually come inland quite a ways and then come out this way. And then at the other end of Sandbridge, the only way to go further south is by trail. So once you get here, everything is trails instead of roads. But this continues on down to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Down here. So other than, going along trails from Sandbridge to the Outer Banks, the only way to get there is to come back inland and go all the way over here and come down through North Carolina, through Currituck, and then come across this way into Kitty Hawk. So now we're going to talk about some of the pros and cons of living in Virginia Beach. So we'll start out with, if you're a golfer, Virginia Beach is loaded with golf courses. You can see here on this map, they've got golf courses dotting all over the place. I talked about earlier, Virginia Beach has recreation centers all over as well. And like I said, the price to get in here if you're a Virginia Beach resident is pretty low, and they're really great places to go. And if you're a boat owner, Virginia Beach has all kinds of boat landings all over the place as well. So Virginia Beach is really awesome because it has living for just about everyone. If you like oceanfront living, you've got the Atlantic Ocean right here and beachfront basically from north end to south end. If you want beach living but you don't want to be on the ocean, you've got the Chesapeake Bay up here where you've got all this beachfront property all the way up here. If you want to live a little bit more inland, you've got areas like Kempsville and Lynn Haven where you can live a little bit more inland. If you want waterfront living that's not oceanfront, you've got bays and lakes and rivers all over the place. If you want to live a more city style life, you've got areas like Town Center and then certain parts of Virginia Beach oceanfront where you can live as well. If you like living the more rural lifestyle, you can go a little bit further south in Virginia Beach where it's farmland, large lot sizes, small neighborhoods. So as far as the pros, Virginia Beach has a little bit of something for everyone. Some of the cons about Virginia Beach, like I was saying with Naval Air Station Oceana here, you get jet noise a lot, especially through this area here, but you also get them overhead here doing drills. During rush hour, traffic is pretty intense on Virginia Beach Boulevard and Interstate 264, but like I was saying, there's so many back roads, you can find a way around most traffic situations. Cost of living, Virginia Beach has neighborhoods that range in the 250 to 450 range, all the way up to $1 million properties on the water. Places people like to live where it's a little bit more cost efficient, places like Argana Village, certain parts of Kempsville, certain parts of the Lynn Haven area. If you want a little bit more upscale lifestyle, you can move into places like Kings Grant and Linwood up here, or over here in the Great Neck area. If you want more of the beachy vibe, you can live in places like Chicks Beach or even downtown Oceanfront. Very suburban areas like this area here, or the Lynn Haven or the Kempsville area. Got parks and recreation almost everywhere, so anywhere you see green is someplace you can go to get away from the hustle and bustle. Various different neighborhoods have pretty large parks as well. I said if you're an outdoor enthusiast, First Landing State Park is amazing. The number of trails that they have there is insane. Lots of areas that are being renovated. So right now there's some construction going on, but in the end it's going to be much better. There's certain areas that are brand new construction. Areas that are older, a little bit more established. A lot of people in the Navy like to live in Virginia Beach, but work here at the naval station. So the journey there is kind of treacherous. You got to go through 264 up to 64 up to 564. So that can be kind of a long trip to work. For those of you who like living more rurally, but work here up here in the north, that can be a long trip as well. There are some paths to get you around that, so you don't have to come up through Virginia Beach necessarily. You can come over through Chesapeake, and it's a little bit more relaxed in Chesapeake as far as traffic goes. It still gets pretty hectic here around Interstate 64, Military Highway. This is 464 that comes up through the middle of downtown Norfolk. Ultimately, your GPS is going to be your friend. I like using Waze. We get calls all the time, so make sure you reach out, call, text, or email anytime. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're notified anytime a new video comes out. Check out this video where I take a deep dive through Norfolk, Virginia. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.